I came from a domestic violence relationship, so I wasn't homeless, but our home just wasn't safe, so we moved to be safe.
I got moved here after being in a domestic violence relationship for nearly 6 years.
I've been here from pretty much the beginning, almost 2 years. That girl that wouldn't talk to anybody and jumped at shadows and didn't want anybody knowing where she was, and yeah, I remember that, and I've certainly come a long way.
So when we started the process of building this amazing development, we started with the proposition that despite how hard the people in the sector work, despite the aspiration of the homeless people that we deal with every day, we know that the majority of support programs fail. It's not because there's something wrong with the program, it's not because there's something wrong with the people, there's just not enough time, just not enough resources. You don't turn lives of deprivation around in 6, 10, 12, 20 weeks. You need some time. So we started with the proposition that we needed to find a place that was safe, that was affordable, that had the resources where we could work with people and invest the time, not just from us, but from them, and start to change their trajectory.
The Sidney Myer Haven program is for up to 2 years tenure, approximately. We'd call it medium-term housing for participants here to be able to work on some issues that may be stopping them from accessing longer-term housing and provide a bit more intensive support.
I kept sort of what was going on in my life really private, even from friends and family, so yeah, it was scary to sort of let people in and see that.
I think it was like in 2015, I actually moved up to 15 times, and it was basically every 2 months, or sometimes I'd only last a week at someone's house and I'd be asked to move.
Our residents range from single people to single parents to family groups, and all of the people that live here are pretty incredible. People that live here, no matter what cohort they are or where they're from, have all moved in here because they're willing to make a change.
Yeah, I think about how my life would be like a lot. I think I'd probably still be moving around a lot. I don't think I would have started studying because my life, I don't think, would be calm. Even though it's really busy, it sort of feels like it's calm because I've got just a home.
So what we needed to do was have a place where it was safe for people to step out, to step up, to change their trajectory. And we needed to put supports around them 24/7, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We needed to have a place where people could not only be safe, feel safe, but they could begin to participate, not as bystanders, but as actual owners of their own lives. People who could begin to take control. And that's exactly what we've got here. We've got a social curriculum coordinator who builds individual case management plans and helps deliver them. We've got someone who's out there teaching people about their physical response to getting about in the world, teaching people how to ride bikes, play sport. We field an indoor netball team, we run a triathlon team, and they did it to raise money for a person who they thought was worse off than them. Just think about that for a second. That's amazing. The change in focus in such a short period of time, from inwardly focused, people with all sorts of needs who are inwardly focused, now here in a very short period of time, moving on with their lives, changing their trajectory, increasing their skills, getting job ready, being better parents, and looking out for others and saying, what can we do to help? This is a phenomenal step change in people's lives. So is it doing what we thought it was going to do? Absolutely, and a little bit more.
It does take a while to settle in because you feel initially that everybody's in your business, but at the end of it, you look back and you see that they're doing it to support you and to try and help you towards the better way of life that you can have.
Sue worked with me for probably about 2 months, worked out what I wanted to do, and started putting structure into my life again. So I'd wake up and then I'd have a routine that I could start following.
The key to Sidney Myer Haven and its uniqueness is the funding model. We've got not just our money, but we've got philanthropic money. We've got the generosity of Myer personally, as well as the associated Myer family trusts, who tipped the money in that started this thing, that allowed us to go and leverage it from government and from other philanthropic sources. This wealth of capability that philanthropists can bring by virtue of their generosity, it assists government to extend its money further. So when you put these sources together, you have a very powerful combination. It's really unusual for philanthropists to put money into bricks and mortar projects. It's extremely unusual. It's so unusual, no one can point to one of these type of programs being done before. But now, 2 years in, we see the benefits. We see the benefit of this set of bricks and mortar, this amazing facility that we have here, the great resources we have here. This is going to be here for at least 50 years. We're going to continue to change people's trajectories year in, year out for years. And it's because of this heady, fabulous, exciting mix of government capital, our capital, and philanthropic capital.
People like to call you like a victim or a survivor, but it's okay just to be someone that something bad has happened to you, and that people, even though you think they're judging, they're actually not. They just really want to help someone that's a bit worse off than them.
This has really helped, going from the public housing spot that I was in to coming here. And then I can see in the future, hopefully in like 10, 15 years, having my own house and, being able to support myself solely without the help of any community services or anything like that. That's where I want to be, and that's where I'm headed. And it's taken a long time, but I'm almost there.
The economic cost benefit is we know that people who fall into homelessness, who stay in homelessness, who cycle through the revolving door, the carousel of homelessness, they are high users of mental health services, high users of welfare services, high users of government income support services. They have high exposure to our criminal justice system. And you can imagine the cycle that they go through and their children go through. What's a lifetime prison sentence worth to the community? What's a lifetime on welfare worth to the community? It's an opportunity cost, it's an opportunity lost, it's a life lost, and it's a lifetime of cost to us as a community, because we can't leave people behind. We know it costs heading towards $40,000 a year to keep someone at Sidney Myer Haven when you factor in all of those costs. We also know that with 2 years of changing someone's trajectory, we can probably change the next 30 or 40 years of cost to the community. Now that's a hell of a saving.